Manners are important too, we have to tell you that, and it's not just their mother who's going to tell you. They're important for business reasons. We'd like you to meet Arlene Isaacs, founder and president of Arlene Isaacs and Associates. We have a lot of miscommunications in cultural exchanges and business exchanges. There are a lot of faux pas, and you point to many of them, don't you?
Well, I think there's a basic credo, and that is avoid faux pas of unwarranted familiarity. We're a very casual society, and hi Joe, hi, first names immediately, regardless of what your status is. Whereas overseas, you have to earn that. It's basically when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You've got too much at stake to afford to be so carefree. Too much.
So who needs negativity in the office? Not these guys, that's for sure. One expert says it can sabotage your career and even your mental health. So stay away from Jim and Dave.
Is like a virus. It spreads. It's not contained in the person who comes in with a problem, because they vent on everybody.
Having a coworker who complains about everything can be a downer. Your best bet is to avoid toxic people.
Avoid them by not getting enmeshed in their conversations. Sometimes they're lonely, sometimes they're bitter, sometimes they've got things going on in their home life, and if they draw you in, you become a co-conspirator.
The etiquette of a business meal. Now, this may sound trivial, but it can make or break an executive. To help, we've invited Arlene Isaacs here to give us some pointers. Welcome, Arlene.
Happy to be with you.
It's great to have you here. Now, Arlene, you have a company called Respectful Communications.
Right.
You founded it yourself, right?
Yes, I did.
Is it rude to wear a beer helmet when you're dining out? You know, a couple of mugs right up here, you get a straw. How's that?
It depends. If you're in Germany at a Ratskeller, it's perfectly fine.
Love the beer helmet.
Recently I was invited to speak on a radio show, and the other guest was a therapist. The question posed to me by our host was, what exactly is the difference between therapy and coaching? The best example I can think of is Woody Allen. He has been on the couch 3 times a week for 40 years. Stream of consciousness, anything he wants to go on about, any direction, that's cool. Now you take coaching. Coaching is 3-pronged. What is your objective in life, in your career, in the game? What is a possible obstacle to your success? Create the strategy, the tactics, acquire the skills and the savvy to overcome the obstacle and achieve your success. That's the difference, basically, between long-term therapy and coaching. Everybody uses coaches today. Tiger Woods admits, as the world's greatest, he still has coaching. The CEOs, the world leaders, sportsmen, entertainers, coaching is necessary. I was invited to an event recently at which 500 of America's power brokers were present. Senators, governors, mayors, ambassadors, all assembled in this room, plus Donald Trump and CEOs who had flown in on their private jets. Into the room came a couple of Gen Xers. The first thing that they did upon arrival was remove their jackets. Now, everybody else in the room was wearing a navy suit or pinstriped gray. They were all well-groomed. The lighting was calm. The decibel level was calm. They were power brokers. And here came 2 young men who had the opportunity of a lifetime to meet a potential coach, a mentor, an employer, a client, an investor in their new business idea. Instead of navigating that room with skills and savvy, they stood in the middle. They removed their jackets when they arrived, and they were standing there in sweat-soaked shirts. They thought they were in a sports bar. This was no sports bar. It was an opportunity that they let slip through their fingers. They had a chance to stand out, but they struck out. They did not prepare the way the Boy Scouts prepared. To understand, I want to meet that governor. My company is moving into that state, and it would be very good for me to have access to him. They did no such thing. An Armani and an MBA are not enough. You need to be an asset, not an ass.